It is early Saturday morning. It is raining. Well, I'm in the middle of the countryside somewhere, near a vineyard. Look at all that raw wine.
Not what we ordered.
And yeah, I got about 10 minutes and then off on another 100-mile adventure. So this should be good for a giggle. And yeah, I'm not sure about this. It even looks a bit sideways, the rain. So it's going to be fun. Yesterday was fun trying to get here because the hospice cancelled on us for caring for William last minute, like about 2 hours before we were due to set off towards the hospice. And then we were late leaving. I then realised I'd forgotten all the food, so we had to go back. And then I realised I'd forgotten my head torch. So it was, that was an hour of driving to get nowhere. So we got here like 10:30 at the hotel, and still here, gonna have fun. So yeah, see what happens. So first checkpoint done. Well, sort of stop 5 miles in, and feeling good. Hey! All right, mate. Well done. Quite good views. So we run around there, and all around that. It's just stopped raining. It's been raining most of the race so far. It's only a little bit spit, so don't worry. But this is downhill, so I want to run it. So speak to you later. Lap 10 has been done, so 10 miles in. It's been good. I had a really lovely couple of maps or so with Paul Mason of the Repeat Thames Ring 250 fame. So chatting to him about all things Thames Ring and ultras and sleep and food. So that's been good. And yeah, I'm loving it. The sun's trying to come out, making it a bit muggy. I'm probably running too quick. So who knows, we could all get the excitement of Andy blowing up later. I think I don't know if you can see, there's like loads of people running elsewhere. I don't know if there was a park run here or something, I don't know. So I got to 10 miles in about an hour and 35-ish. So I think that's ahead of my 12-minute mile-ish pace. So yeah, things are going well. Food's going well. So, right, lads. So, it has been a good start. In fact, Paul's just over my shoulder. I can stalk him there. Anyway, I've got to run again, so speak to you soon. I'll tell you what, there's little better than running through fields and fields of raw wine, enjoying yourself, and then coming up, one of the best things you can ever see, your wife in the race. How good's that? Hi wifey, how you doing?
Yeah, just wanted to hurry.
Good girl. You enjoying yourself?
No,
Oh.
of course not.
Oh well.
I'll see when I finish.
Will do. We are just over 15 miles in. So I hope one. It's just because of this bloody virus. But still bang on time. Oh, slightly ahead. I think I'm doing around about 10k an hour at the moment, so more than enough. Because I think for the overall finish, the overall pace needs to be 5 miles an hour. So doing 6.2. It's just building up bank for later. But yeah, still enjoying it. Still enjoying the nice walk up the sort of hills here. Glad I don't have to go up there, which I think is Box Hill. So yeah. Very humid because it's very hot. The clouds are over the top all the time. But a bit of wind occasionally is nice. A bit of rubbish on the left arm, so I'm going to have to manage that. I might tape that as the race goes on. But otherwise, all systems go. So let's carry on. I am a little past 21 miles in, so I've had the fourth sort of 5 mile stop. I've had to try and tape up my arm because the rubbish is getting worse and the vest hasn't really helped much. And I don't know, something feels wrong. Just feels like the energy's gone down a bit too quick. But then again, this is also the point of my normal wobble, so we'll see how it goes. But just, I think we're struggling with the humidity, and my head's struggling with the fact that I've got a headache, and I've got another couple of hours before I can take some more paracetamol. But it's just keep going forwards. Yeah, the main thing is to finish, then to beat the PB, then to go for sub 20. So, but we'll just see what happens. It is just one of those days. Well, that is First marathon distance done. I feel awful. Just so tired. Feels like the heart's beating out my chest every time I run. I got to here. Time target is basically gone now. I don't think there's any chance of that. So next up is just sort of pick my way through, I guess. See if I can stay out here to 50k. If I get to there, then I'll reevaluate and see where I go for the next bit. But yeah, I guess after the last week and particularly the last sort of 48 hours, it just wasn't meant to be. I've gone through 50k. I think I'm feeling worse every lap. Certainly walking more, running slower, really struggling with it, struggling to get food on and feeling sick. So obviously this one to get me to 32 miles. I think I can drag it out to 50 miles. I worry about much more than that just because I think that's going to kill me for most of next week. And obviously I have the issue that once I finish this, come about lunchtime tomorrow, I'm going to be back looking after a disabled child. So I can't really sort of spend 28 hours death marching to 100 miles and then be useless back at home. So and I hate being ill, so I'd sooner cut this short, get rid of it, rather than it hanging around and interfering with other things. It is a shame because training had gone so well, but that's always the problem with the long races. You can just, everything could be perfect for 6 to 9 months, and then a week out from race day everything falls apart. Still, I'm here. I have, barring how I feel, I've quite enjoyed it. I've been chatting to a few people, and yeah, so at the moment it's just, I really don't like the fact the moment I start running for any length of time, sort of quicker than a death shuffle, my heart rate flies up to 170, which I take that to be a sign that all things are not firing well inside. So yeah, so this is lap 32. Hopefully I can get to 50, and I think that will count as a good day's work. So this is an update on, I've got no idea what lap I'm on. I had some paracetamol, which has killed or dulled the pain somewhat, so it's been a bit more bearable. I spent two laps just mostly walking and chatting to new people, just making new friends, which I like because that means, come what may, it's not been a complete failure of a race. It's always good to make new friends in the running community and chat to people, find out their stories. One of them's a magician, which is quite nice to know. Another one's a lady who's just done a 100th marathon. Someone else approaching it. A guy coming back from injury, having not run a marathon for 7 weeks. So, all good. I still don't think I'm going to go beyond 50 just because I feel better with the paracetamol, but it will wear off. And at some point, I will then start to feel awful, and I don't want this illness running over into next week. So I'd sooner have a good rest, get ready. It's a bit cooler as well now, so a bit more doable. Okay, so I think I've been recording in slow-mo, so God knows what's happening there. I'm on lap, I've got no idea. I only, at this point of any long distance race, I only have the flimsiest of grasp on where I am, what the time is and what I'm doing. But I've made sure that today's not a failure. I finally remembered to take paracetamol, that made me feel better. I think I can make 50 miles. And rather than fear anything's a failure, I have been chatting to people. And well done. Basically just making new friends. And that means that it's not a complete failure, because it's always good to meet people, especially when one of them's a magician. So yeah, still moving forwards, and yeah, today was a day, the main aim of the race wasn't meant to be. There's an argument that given the course terrain, it was never going to be ideal, but yeah, just keep moving. 50's not bad, should still get a buckle. I still haven't actually checked I can do that. I think I can. But you can go up. If you can go up, surely you can go down. Was that an innuendo? I don't know. And on that note, I've got to run. 45 miles in the bag, 5 to go. Proper Europe territory now, as it is the final countdown. And I can't wait. I've been severely questioning my decision to try and get to 50 for about the last 10 miles. But we'll get there. One by hook or by crook or by death march, we'll get there. So, a bit over 10 hours for 50 miles. In some ways shocking, given that I did it in 8:18 4 or 5 weeks ago. But just a day when it wasn't to be. But you know, I survived it. I'm still alive, and find something else to do. Well, I've got 10 in 10 in a month, so I guess I'll be fresher for that.
We've got some wine from the vineyard as well, so
that's the most important. I was running around the raw wine and was checking out the wine that's ready. But anyway, I'll have thoughts on this later, no doubt. But thank you for anyone. It's a couple of days after the Phoenix Festival of Running. So I've had a couple of days sort of to dwell on what happened. And I'm still in. It's one of the oddest disappointments there is, because everything was outside of my control. Everything that went wrong was nothing to do with how I prepared, my mental attitude, how I approached going in. There's nothing I could have done to stop the fact that I picked up a virus that I've still got, lagging me now. Both the boys were on antibiotics for however long to get over it. Emma's had it for a week or so. And obviously the care arrangements, there's nothing we can do about that. That's part and parcel of our life, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we do all this running and do all these challenges, so that we can try and do as much as we can. And so so it's a bit of a shame, but I'm out today. I've gone on a very different route. I'm not sure if it's technically paths I should be on, but it's generally quite empty. This is the old Birch Airfield, some of the old back of it, and sort of that takes you to Malden Road over there. Our house is somewhere just over there. Then you scan round. The top of the church is just visible there, and then the house is at the bottom of Messing there. And over there you can see where the power pylons go underground, because for whatever reason they don't cross over or come too close to what was the airfield that I think had one flight of planes land on it in the middle of the war, and that was it. So but it's a lovely, as you saw from the scan round, other than the fact there's a garden and food recycling place there that makes compost. It's a lovely view out here. It's actually one of the better views that you can get while being on sort of hard ground. So just onwards and upwards. So the next sort of big thing is I've got 10 50Ks in 10 days. So that should be fun, but it's only 50k. 50k is quite a nice distance to get to, so hopefully I'll be well by then. And then after that, there's some big stuff in the calendar later in the year, but we'll see what we're doing, and I'm sure I'll find something else to occupy my time, as well as obviously training up for the big one. So I mean, at the very least, for the going to Phoenix, it was great to have a few laps with Paul Mason and chew his ear off and get some advice from him on the Thames Ring, because there's not many people who've been around it 5 times. So that was good. So see you in the next one, I guess.